Well, well. I knew as soon as I said that I was going to start back, and I knew as soon as I put something out, here comes the negativity. So I had a choice to um, breathe in the negative and let the negative affect me. Going live again. Said I was gonna do this in the morning and get my feet back in. I did that this morning. So I am on here tonight because I was getting ready to do my little um wash my face and get my shower and stuff done, do my little warm up exercise. Hey, Marcella, thank you for being here. Um, and just get myself prepared for bed and do a little bit more reading and everything. So I went on and just read some of the little comments, just going on YouTube to see what kind of little African movie I could find really, and saw some of the comments. And the comments don't really bother me, but I knew they were coming. I knew they were coming. So I had already prepared myself for that. I am not someone that can easily be swayed by what people say, because my livelihood does not depend on YouTube. My livelihood does not depend on what people are saying about me. Like they always say when they talked about Jesus Christ, and I ain't nowhere near as perfect or compassionate or as good as Jesus was and is. However, I decided there were some things that I was not going to talk about. What's been going on in the YouTube streets had absolutely nothing to do with me. I stand on what I stand on. Someone said that I was trolling Melody today. I just happened, her live or whatever just popped up on my page today, and I saw something that she was doing something similar to what Stormy has already done. Let's keep it real. Let's call it what it is. I never once said that I didn't like Mel. I do not like Melody's ways. She's sneaky, she's conniving, she's vindictive, and yes, she is a woman scorned. So let's keep it real and just say what it is. I have absolutely nothing for this lady. This lady has absolutely nothing for me. I am not a fan of hers. I am a free will thinker. So that does, I'm a free will thinker. I am an independent thinker. So I don't go along to get along. And what people say um, about me has no bearing on me. That's how you feel about yourself. You're projecting your feelings, how you feel about yourself, your inadequacies, your insecurities. You're not sure of yourself. See, I am not an insecure person. I've never been an insecure person. Whatever I feel it, and then I get over it. I don't let stuff bother me. Coming on to, and I've always said this, coming onto someone's page, if you don't like them, don't be disrespectful. Don't come on their page with all that bull crap, all that nonsense. And someone else questioned my Christianity. One thing about it, and two things for sure: God did not leave the throne and put someone else on the throne. It's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, whichever you want to call it. God do not sleep, nor do he slumber. He don't go on vacation. He sits high. He sees the whole world, the whole universe is in the palm of his hand. He know each individual on this earth by name. He is the creator of all things. So he knows my name. And I am so glad that he did not leave the throne and leave nobody else in charge. He's still there. So to question my Christianity is to question God, because God knows my heart. God knows me. So I can't get angry with someone when they question it, because see, I know the relationship that God and I have, and God knows the relationship that he and I have. So that's all that matters to me. And I came back on YouTube because last week, I think it was kind of a hard week for everybody. um the good, the bad, the indifference, everything. And there was somebody post by the name of African Beauty. I'm gonna call her name African Beauty. And this lady, this person told me to, don't I have a hot shot that I need to go get, or somebody need to give me a hot shot. I don't know how it was worded. And it didn't, it kind of um took me by surprise. You know, telling someone to go get a hot shot, or don't you have a hot shot to take, is equivalent of telling someone to more or less, unalive yourself. And that right there, I just couldn't believe that someone would say that, that someone would even think to say that, that someone would even type that. So that let me know that the type of people that that's out there, the crazy people that's out there, that has taken this thing too far, has taken it really too far. And then you telling me to unalive myself. You questioning my Christianity. You say I'm trolling somebody. I don't give two shits to the wind about Melody or what Melody is doing. I care nothing about what this lady is doing whatsoever. She's messed up a TV show. She got people you know, going against, people are going against each other. If you don't like her, if you don't stand for what she stands for, if you don't have the same mindset that everybody else have about her, that means you're against her. I'm not against any black female that's out there trying to do it. I don't like her ways. I said it. I'm going to stand 10 toes down. I'm a stand flat like four flat tires on a Cadillac. I'm going to stand for what I said. I'm gonna stand up for what I said. I'm gonna stand up for what I believe. And just reading that tonight, it just made me um more want to do this more, and want to do it more and more and more. I am not gonna talk about that person, Melody. I'm not gonna talk about nothing that involve her or anybody else. I am going to continue to talk about God. I'm going to continue to talk about my sobriety. I'm going to continue to talk about how I overcame. Because if you're not overcoming, someone that needs to overcome. If you're not in the midst of a storm right now, you've just come out of a storm, or you headed for a storm. So, I have learned how to maneuver the storm. And if I could be a blessing to anybody, one person, that's all. I don't have to have the masses to love me or to like what I'm saying. If one person who don't have itching ears just want to hear something that is truthful by somebody who had already been through it, has gone through it. I have feelings. I have feelings, but I have learned how to not to take things personal. I learned how to do that a long time ago, not to take things personal, not to take people personal, the things that people say personal either. I don't, a lot of people know me by being in the YouTube street. You don't know, you cut me, I bleed. And I was that type of person. If you say something to me, I'm gonna argue with you all night long to get. I'm gonna get the last word. However, getting the last word now means absolutely nothing to me. I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that type of energy. And I was gonna go I was on my page and I was reading some stuff. I said, you know what? Self said, Marita, I said, why are you responding to these people? You knew they was gonna come back. I said, self said, huh? So what I supposed to do? Self said, girl, let them people say what they want to say, let them do what they want to do because they gonna do it. You ain't got that kind of time, you ain't got that kind of energy. I have a routine at night, Um, I was reading my words for today, and the word that came up today was adversity. Adversity. Um, adversity. And even reading adversity, we all gonna have it. And sometimes it's things that we have done, and it's things that we have allowed people to do to us. But you know what? In the book of Proverbs, and I can't remember exactly where it is, but in the book of Proverbs, it tells you it takes a fool to argue with the fool. So I'm not gonna be a fool to argue with another fool. I just don't have that kind of time. I don't have that kind of patience. And my attention span ain't that long. And after a minute, I get bored. Because the more you try to talk to these people, the more it's like they just dig in and dig in, dig in. And I'm telling you, I'm like in the Bible, I yield. I yield, I yield, I yield, I yield. And the Bible tells us God don't want his people to be ignorant, to perish because they're ignorant. And I just don't get it. At some point, at some point, somebody need to hit some of these people up beside their head to just slap them and wake them up and give them a reality check. I am coming on. I'm going to keep coming on. I can ignore the dumb shit, which I am going to do. And the more you come at me, you're not coming at me because you know what? I write names down. I write names down. And when I say my prayers at night, I petition God. I put their name on the altar. I call the names out. When people say negative things about me, I done learn how to not, this is not my battle. The battle do not belong to me. In Ephesians, it tells us that we do not wrestle with flesh and blood, but principalities and dark places. So you know what I do? I write names down, baby, and I take them to God, and I pray a prayer of conviction. So when you see your half start falling out and your edges, I don't do no curses, no stuff like that, because I ain't even got that kind of sense to even know how to do something like that. I take it to the Lord in prayer. I take it to God, baby. I have a conversation with God. I tell God all about it. They say, have a little talk with Jesus. Tell him all your sorrows. Tell him who been bothering with you. Just talk to God about it. And baby, I talk to God about it. I sit down, I get down, I put pillows down because I got bad knees. I got arthritis in one of these knees, because being 60 plus, I got this little condition going on in my knees and stuff like that. So I put the pillow down on the floor. When I get ready to go to bed at night, I put my pillow on the floor and I start saying my little prayers and stuff. And I start calling people name out. I tell God, when I ask God, when I say God bless my family, I start calling their name out. When I say God bless my friends, I start calling their names out. And I say, God, I got this little problem with these people right here, Lord. I'm finna pray a prayer of conviction. I ain't telling you how to do it, Lord, but I'm just calling their names out because you're going to do it the way you're going to do it because you God and you can handle it. I can't. I don't know these people. I don't even want to put hands on them, God, because if I could put hands on them, what I would do to them wouldn't even be as worse than what you could do to them. What I do to them, they'll get over. That feeling will go away. But Lord, when you get hold to them, can't no devil in hell stop what you going to start. So Lord, I petition God and I pray a prayer of conviction. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from doing what I'm doing and when I get ready to do it. Now I pray over this channel. I pray for the people who do come, and the people that's here. Please hit the like and share button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel as well. It's like if you get on YouTube and if you don't talk about lifting and elevating and licking somebody else's toes and elevating them to higher heights, you wrong. You hate this person. When you talk about something other than this person, you're wrong. You don't like this person. Oh, you hate this person. There's not a hateful bone in my body, but there are some people that I do have great dislike for. I don't even dislike them. I dislike their ways. I had to learn and understand there's a difference between not liking, not loving a person, because God didn't ask me to like nobody. He commanded that I love the way he loved me. He said that's the last commandment that he left, that we love each other. We cry and say we love God, who we ain't never seen, but we treat each other like caca, like poop, like number two, like dookie, like doo-doo. We treat each other like that. And my spiritual mom had to tell me, Marika, stop saying you don't like a person. Just say you don't like that person ways, because God didn't tell you about liking nobody. God is nowhere in the Bible that God say you got to like this person. God said command, the last command that Jesus gave in the New Testament was to love the way he loved me. So I have to love the people who talk about me, the people who call me crackhead, the people who tell me to go and take a hot shot, the people who criticize the way I talk, to criticize the way I am, because there's no two people in this world, even identical twins. There is some difference between identical twins. And no, I never thought like everybody else. I always had my own thoughts. I always did things my own way. I never tried to fit in, to get in where I fit in. I never did that because it just was not fun for me. I never liked to go. I just never liked that go along to get along kind of stuff. I ain't never liked that. I always liked the underdog person. I always liked the person that everybody else did not like. I dislike bullies with a passion. And especially the same people that call me old hag, old whatever, are the same people that's probably teaching their children, their grandchildren, oh, you don't be bullying people, but in your adulthood, you're doing the absolute same thing. You're being a bully. You're being a keyboard warrior. You're sitting behind your desk. You're sitting in or laying in your bed, wherever you are, and just typing old hateful stuff. I don't see it. I ain't for it. People do what the hell they want to do. I am just a God-fearing person. I fear God to the point that it's just to a point that when I know I know for myself, because see, I have been chastised by God. I have been beat by God. And I know how that chastisement is. I know how that feel. When God get on, you can't nobody get God off until God is ready, until you have learned that lesson that God has set forth for you to learn. I've learned that lesson, and I try to give anybody the benefit of a doubt. But when I see conniving, when I see manipulative people with manipulative ways, conniving ways, vindictive ways, when I see that, I just call it as I see it. And if you see me as being someone, if you see me as being an old hag, hey, I'm not owning up to that, because I look good and I look damn good, because God said everything he made was good and very good. And like I always say, I'm one of them everythings that God made. So I'm not vain or anything like that, but I know I'm not hard. I'm not hard on the eyes. I may not be what I want to be, but I damn sure ain't what I used to be, because I used to be a something or other, as my pastor, saying stuff like that. And if you don't, and my thing is, when I was just reading that tonight, it did make me feel no kind of way, but it just made me, I just started thinking, well, God damn. and God forgive me for cursing. Oh Lord, please forgive me for cursing. But I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Are you so miserable in your life that you try to make other people miserable as well? I have been through too much in my life. I have been through too much through too much in the last month to actually give a damn about what anybody really got to say. I don't care about what's happening out there in the world. I don't care about who got it better than me. All I care about is me and what I was going through. But I thank God for his grace because he did not have to make it be what it was. And I thank God for his mercy that he didn't allow it to be as worse as it was. So I thank God for grace and mercy. So, but what a person say about me long, you know what, when I'm gonna start caring, when I'm gonna actually really start caring. And good evening, everybody. I'm just on a tirade right now when I'm gonna really start caring about what everybody say, when they start paying that paying that rent for me every month, when that refrigerator in there is full of water and full of ginger ale and full of watermelon, kiwi, strawberry, grapes, chicken, corn, broccoli, and rice, and and honey and butter, country crop butter, and all of that. And when you take me to when you take me to Target, and when you take me to Macy's, and when you take me to Dillard's, and when you start paying all these damn bills I got, and keeping that refrigerator full, and keeping the freezer full, and getting that car, getting Ruby out there back on the highway, when you start paying my tithes, not paying my tithes, when you start giving my tithes and offerings in church and stuff like that, I just may consider caring about what you have to say. But in the meantime and in between time, on this end, it just ain't happening. It just ain't happening. You can either love me or like me. At this point, I don't care because I have no heaven or hell to put anyone in, and no one has a heaven or hell to put me in. So, as I said earlier, this page it won't be for the nonsense. I would not tolerate the nonsense. I would ignore the nonsense. Um, and people are just who they are. It's just who they are. And you can't really get upset with people for being who they are. So I'm not gonna get upset with people for being who they are. You know, some people, it makes them feel good to belittle other people, to talk down and to be negative towards other people. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I understand. I do. I do. I really do understand about how it is. And I get. Okay. Sorry about that. Got this new phone and I'm just messing around with this phone. and was trying something. I did it earlier. I had got it earlier. And I was thinking maybe I can get it again. And I can. I'm gonna figure it out. However, that was just like, I mean, good Lord of mercy, it's only Tuesday. And people on the dumb stuff. I don't get it. I promise. I promise. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. My focus is totally not on the dumb stuff. But people, I feel sad for people that um I hear people, they speak about God. I don't question people Christianity. I don't question nobody walk with God. I don't question where a person is in God, because where they are, I'm not there, and where I am, they're not there. Um and I had to learn that myself. I don't try to make sense of negative people. I just don't do that. That's a waste of time. That's a waste of energy. However, tonight, I knew as soon as I came back that, I knew last week, and I had to tell I told I told my people when we were talking, and I said this to my daughter as well, with the demise of Kiki, with the passing of Kiki, and me and my people were talking, and they were emotional. They were emotional about it, and my daughter and I, we were talking, I was telling her about it. And I asked my daughter, was something wrong with me? I said, because I can't feel, what people feel. I said, I'm not an emotional person. I'm not an emotionalist person, but I'm not overly emotional. And because I know that dying is a part of living, and that's just a cycle. That's the cycle of life. We're born, and then we live, and then we pass on. On pass on this journey. And I was asking my daughter, "Am I a cold-hearted person?" Because I can't do that crying. I can't fall. I just can't. I can't fall to pieces. Um, it's not that I can't cry about it. I can feel what I feel at that moment. And after that moment is over, it's just like, it's like, okay, Lord, they're not here anymore. Um, and I know everybody grieving process is different. Um, I don't hold on to things. I have memories of things, of good memories, and that's all what I choose. But I knew as soon I gave it, and I told my daughter, and my daughter said, "Mom, you don't feel like that. Don't be like that." I said, "Girl, as soon as all this is over, people gonna go right on back to being the way that they was." I said, "You know what? People are so uncouth. People are so hypocritical. They are such hypocrites. They say all this good stuff, and then we're gonna do all, it's like kumbaya and all that kind of mess. And I tell you, a week after, it's back to normal. It's back to normal. People still being nasty, people still being rude. And so my daughter said, "Mom, I can understand how you feel about things sometimes, because everyone is not like you. Everybody do not handle things the way that you handle them. But you have to be compassionate. You have to show some empathy, to people at times." I say, well, I'm a very empathetic person. I do show empathy, and but I am a realist. I see people for who they are. When a person show you who they are, that's what you go with, and that's what I'm going with. Nothing changed if nothing changed. So nothing really has changed. You know, um, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be, and that's just the way it is. So, I just said, Lord, have mercy on these people. I said, Lord, your people, your people, your people. Your people are something else. And and it's not for me to deal with them because these are your people. These are your people, Lord. And I have to sit back. So I said, you know what? Now I'm just going to go in here. But when I get off here, I'm going to do my little, 20 minutes, my little 20 minutes exercise. Then I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna wash my face, I'm gonna moisturize, I'm gonna drink some water, and I'm gonna go to bed. And Lord's willing, I'll be up 6 o'clock in the morning, reading my word, preparing. Because I asked the question, adversity, 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 where does it come from? How do you handle it? How do you get past it? Adversity. And if I was a weak person, if I was a weak minded person, uh, a weak person, this would tear, this would, would just tear me apart. I wouldn't want to do this anymore. But, I just shied away from it. I just didn't feel like doing it anymore. And it wasn't fun anymore. And, um, and today, I just said, you know what? I said, Lord, I think what do you think, God? You think it's time? Can I? Should I? And Lord, God gave me permission. And I just started, just running my mouth. And, that's truthfully speaking, that's what I'm doing now. If you don't, and I'm just going to put it out here again, and then I'm going to end this live, and go and do what I need to do. It's almost 10 o'clock. It's way past my bedtime. But, I'm trying to find me one of these African movies to watch and go to sleep and let the TV watch me and then turn it off for a while. But I'm gonna say this for real, for real, for real, for real, for real, for real. If there's a person or a people that you don't like, let that be your issue. Let that be your problem. Don't project what you feel about another person. Don't try to project your feelings and your insecurities and the issues that you're going through. Don't put that on someone else. Work out, just like you have to work out your own salvation for yourself, work out those feelings. Find out where your insecurities are coming from. Allow people to feel what they're going to feel. Allow people to have their own minds and think the way that they're going to think. And, because I don't want to be, I like to be around like minded people. However, I like to tell the people that I'm around, when I'm in Sunday school, I am very attentive. And when I'm in Bible study, I'm very, I'm very attentive because I like to hear other people viewpoint on something. Not that, it's because it's something that I can learn from that person. And when I am speaking, and people say, I never looked at it that way. I never saw it that way, but that's a good way to look at it. And we can all learn how to agree to disagree without being rude, without being nasty, without being vulgar, without being disrespectful. I tell people about my past because somebody is living that right now. If it's not you, it's somebody you may have a friend that has a family member that's struggling right now. Somebody out there is struggling, and something that I may say, something that you may say can turn that person around, or something that if I'm being a nasty, vindictive person and a rude, disrespectful person, it's something that I could say that can just make a person just, want to just give up, to give up, to give in to those issues, to give into that situation, to give into that thought. And I cannot allow anyone to turn me around, to sway me. You know, um, by telling me to go take a hot shot, or calling me a crackhead, or questioning my Christianity. That does nothing to me because I never was a crackhead. I was just someone who smoked crack, you know. And yeah, I mainlined drugs for a long time. But God kept me here for such a time as this. God kept me here for a reason. God got me here for a reason because what I went through, the jails, the time I was in jail, the time I was in prison, the time I was sleeping in in the back seat of somebody's car, the time that I didn't have food, the time that, my pride would not allow me to seek help from anybody, just walk around like I got it all together when I was dying in the inside, when I was dying in the inside. So everything I have been through, everything that I am going through, I would never, never, ever allow someone to make me feel low as dirt. I would never allow that. I can't stop nobody from saying what they want to say. It's not what a person says, it's what I choose to answer to. You could call for me, you could send for me, you could say whatever you want to say. But if I don't say, "What's up? What's happening?" Yeah, if I don't do all any of that, it fazed me not. And the only reason I am talking about it tonight was because I saw that stuff and I just said, "Oh my God, oh my freaking God. These people. You don't have anything to do. Oh, let me just stop by here and say this and say this." And everybody, I am learning and I'm going to continue to learn. I don't want to know everything. And because if you know everything, that there's nothing that you can learn. I am choosing to ignore whoever Queen Sheba is reading you tonight. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Whatever. I'm glad, I'm on Queen Sheba's mind. How embarrassing for you. Are you not ashamed? No, I'm not ashamed of anything that I've done. I am not ashamed of anything that I have done because for such a time as this, God has placed me here. God has placed me here. And there's people out there, when I hear people, I've told my story. And when people tell me that I can physically see, physically touch, and can physically have a conversation with, when I heard you tell your story, that kind of helped me understand what my brother is going through, understand what my mama went through. You know, um, no, I'm not ashamed of anything that I have ever done. Would I do it again? I don't know. I don't know, but in my mind, in my right mind where I am now, no, I wouldn't want to go through that again. Not wanting to go through that. I wouldn't want my son was too young and my daughter kind of went through it. So I wouldn't want that for her again. So it really does not matter to me about what Queen Sheba says. It matters not to me what you say and what nobody else say. It matters not to me at all. Um, I'm sorry you feel that way, sweetie. I'm sorry you feel that way. Um, but it is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. I am going to keep on being on here. And I'm glad Queen Sheba has something to talk about. I'm glad y'all got something to talk about because ain't nothing going to stop me. Ain't nothing going to stop me. The only thing that's going to stop me if I get a bad toothache or my tongue swell up in my mouth, or God stick my tongue to the roof of my mouth where I cannot open my mouth. That's the only thing that's going to stop me. I don't give two dams and two shakes of a spoon about what nobody think or what nobody feel. It's, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm not here to bash anyone, but I can look past what anybody else has to say to me or say about me. And that's what I am going to do. So I'm going to wait till 10 o'clock. So if there's anything else that you need to say, go click the link on Cream Sheet. For what? I don't visit those places. So why would I want to hear what someone has to say about me? Why would I click the link? You're there. You're there. You're over there. You over there. You over there. You stay over there. Girl. It's not that serious for me about what somebody else think of me. What I think of myself, what I think of myself, what I think of myself, what you feel about me, what anybody feel about me has no bearing on my life whatsoever. Has no bearing on my life whatsoever. Because as I've said, what God said in his word, everything that he made was good. And then he said again, very good. So it's what God says about me. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what? I just hate that I am not in this user and remove the comment. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So, woo, I guess I should say to myself, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is just crazy. This is so crazy. I just don't get it. Woo, woo, child. Clutching my invisible pearls. I just don't get it. I mean, like, what good? What good is all of that? What good is all of that? What good is all of that? Clipboard. Yep. It's just, oh, child. You know what? Mm, it just takes too much energy. It takes too much energy. It takes too much energy. And it takes a lot of energy and a strong person to be on YouTube. When you are not following the mass, when you're not following the crowd, when you're not a part of the go along, get along crew, this is what happened. I'm going to be true to me. I'm going to stay true to me. I'm going to do what it is that I do. I don't visit. I don't visit. I do Marcella. I do what's that lady name? I love to hear her talk. Uh what is it? Is it unpopular opinion? I love her. I love to listen to her. And I love how she dissect things. And I think that's the person I'm talking about, unpopular opinion. But I like her. I really like listening to her. I think that's what her name, unpopular opinion. I like listening to her. I really do. And no one is ever ready to be attacked, but I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. I have on the full armor of God, and I'm not gonna be swayed. I'm not gonna turn around, nor am I gonna stop. I'm going to do this because this is what I want to do. And this is what I love to do. I'm not talking about, I may talk about love and hip hop because I have been watching it. So I have been watching past season, and I think this season is going to be pretty good. Because I love myself some Shekinah. I love myself some Shekinah. I love her, and because she is just her and chaotic is just crazy. I love them two people, and I've been watching on Mondays. I've been watching Gypsy. That's what her name, Gypsy. Is it Gypsy Rose or whatever her name is? The girl who unalived her mom. I've been watching that, and I've been saying to myself, how she get a man, and now she pregnant, and I ain't got no man. She could get a man, come get out of jail, get married, and all of that, and so it's things that I've been watching that I'm saying, okay, Love and Hip Hop. I think it's Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Gypsy. That's pretty good. And I've been watching what is it? Mama June Road Trip with Honey Boo Boo. Her daughter just passed. Well, her daughter passed away, I think in January or somewhere December, or was it December or something? Or last year, her daughter. This new Deb's House. I've been watching that. That's pretty good by uh, female rappers and stuff like that. That's pretty good. So I've been watching a lot of I've been watching a lot of different things. Um, yeah, Deb's House, Gypsy. Gypsy Rose is her name. Gypsy Rose or just Gypsy, whatever it is. And Love and Hip Hop comes on next Tuesday. It start a new season next Tuesday. I've been watching that. And I've been watching African movies as well. So that's what I've been. Oh my God. Oh, poor, stupid people. Poor people. I don't know. Poor things, poor things, poor things, poor things. Well, mm, mm. Oh shit. Oh man, this is going to be so much fun. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. Well, I'm so glad that I do not eat. I do not breathe, eat shit, or think about meal as much as some of these people do. That's crazy. That is so crazy. I'm trying to be on here for an hour. I don't know. Lord have mercy. I just don't know how much more of this I can take. I just don't know. I just don't know. Whew, I'm glad my mama did not raise no punk ass bitch because that is not me. That's what I say to live for me. But you know what? My mama did not raise me to be scared. And God said he did not, and God forgive me for cursing. And he did not, he said he did not give me a spirit of fear. He did not give me that kind of spirit. I don't fear nobody but God. For real. I don't fear nobody but God. And God is amazing. God is so amazing. And I'm so glad God built me the way that he built me. You know, I can see things as they are and not the way that I want them to be. You know, I'm learning how to do that. We were in the vacation Bible school last week, and we were talking about Daniel. When Daniel and the three Hebrew boys were taken into captivity, and they had to make a choice. They had to make a choice. They had a decision that they had to make. And when they was captured, um, along with other young men, the king eunuch, he said, well, look, we gonna feed you. We're gonna give you the best food. You're gonna drink the you're gonna have the best delicacies. And Daniel say, how about this right here? Let me ask you this. If I could we could just eat like vegetables and drink water and if our continents haven't changed in the 2 weeks time, we'll do as the king, we'll eat the king food, we'll do all of that. So they did, they had a choice to make. And even reading that and reading the book of Daniel's, that I love that book because there were so many choices that Daniel had to make. It was like he had to denounce who he was. He had to denounce God, his teaching of who God was. He had to denounce that, but he didn't. He was thrown in the lion's den. He was thrown in the lion's den because of his choices. But when the king woke up that morning and came and saw that Daniel had made the lion's pillows for his head to lay on, then Daniel, Meshach, and Abednego was thrown into the fiery furnace, and you know, um, came out the fiery furnace, no smoke, not smelling like smoke, nothing. Choices. We all have choices. And I choose to just, let people do what they do and let them be who they're gonna be. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't have nothing to do with. I don't give a damn about Melody. What I said, I said. You're what did I say? Mm. What I did put laughing emojis? What did I say? Put laughing emojis. Because what she doing is she trying to do what Stormy did. Let's keep it real. I was on Instagram and it just popped up on my page. It just popped up on my Instagram page. So when it popped up, I could say what I want. I could say what I want to say. I ain't scared to say what I want to say. I said she was whatever I said. And in my head, I erased a couple of things before I said anything because it was looking like she was giving Stormy to me. Seemed like she want to go on TikTok and do what Stormy is doing. Seemed like she jealous of Stormy making all that money and she trying to do the same thing now. So that's what, whatever I said it. I'm not afraid to say what I said. Oh my God, you people are stupid as hell. Who is Queen Sheba? That oh my God, I got my own page. I can say what I want to say. I can say what I want to say. Oh, and Lord, I'm going against my own word. Forgive me, Father. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned and come short of your glory. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Because I said, thank you. Don't feed into it, Miss Maritha. Just block them. That's all I could do. That, you're right. You're right. That's what I'm saying, living. I girl, I have not even been on here, and it's crazy. It is crazy. It's just crazy. But oh Lord. Mm. I'm gonna keep on doing what I do. And tonight, it's gonna be some prayers going up tonight. Because you know what, I'm glad they needed something because my nephew ain't doing nothing on YouTube right now. So I guess I could take it. I have I can take it. But as you said, I'm gonna do what the people say. I'm gonna block and ignore and block, ignore and block, ignore and block, ignore and block, ignore and block. So not going to visit nobody to see what's being said about me. Child, now I'm trolling Miss Mill. Mm. Let's see. Okay. I think it's funny how a certain content creator is making a video about you and accusing you of harassing male, while the same creator has been making countless videos harassing Destiny and Stormy. Okay. Hey, Clyde. Oh, okay. Harassing Stormy and Destiny. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Hey, if I could help her make a coin, okay. If I could help her make a coin, okay. She ain't got nothing else to talk about. She ain't got nothing else to talk about. And Mel wish I was trolling her. She wished I would give her that type of attention. She wished. If I knew a way, because I'm not computer savvy, that I could just delete her from not even coming on my page. I just do that. Don't recommend this page, not interested, that kind of stuff. More power to the people, as my friend Joanne say. God bless the people. That's all I can say about that. But I'm gonna take the advice of living for me 75. I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to ignore and block. That's all. That's all I could do. Ignore and block, ignore and block, ignore and block, ignore and block. Because people they're going to say what they want to say. They're going to make it however they want to make it, and there's nothing that I could do about it. There's nothing I could say about it. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Now I did something today that I can't see. Okay, now how do I get that? Okay, 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 I'm gonna just move that out the way for I be done messed up something. Okay, how do I get that though? I'm trying to figure out something as I go. Oh, maybe I need to do it like this. I don't know. No, that's not it. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop before I just mess up something altogether. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Stop before I mess up something altogether. So I got 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes before this be an hour. But I'm trying to figure out something. I did it earlier today, so I don't know why I can't do it now. I'm gonna figure this out. I am gonna figure this out. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay, copy, copy to clipboard. Okay, so how do I get um um how do I get well, I did it today, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it again. 2 more minutes, 2 more minutes. I'm trying to figure out how I can bring people up, how to invite guests up. Let's see. Okay, I did that, but it would come up. So how do I make it come up? How do I make it come up? How do I make it come up? Comments. Ah! This way I wish my granddaughter was here. That's why I wish she was here, but she is home. She will home. How do I say copy to the clipboard? Okay. Oh well. I figure it out sooner or later. I get it. 59 minutes and 59 minutes and 18 seconds. I just got a couple of more minutes to not even. Before I say good night, and y'all, hey, I'll be 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. I will be talking about adversity, how to overcome adversity. You know, I got to be true to the word. I got to be true to myself, most so to the word. And be true and be truthful to myself, and to stand, to stand regardless of whatever is going on around me, whatever is being said around me. I have to be true to that. So for the 19 that's listening, for the 19 that's in the bushes, people, just hit that like button. And it was glad. I'm glad y'all, y'all stopped by. And for the ones who did step down to say hello, thank you for being here, and I hope you join me tomorrow morning at 7. We're gonna be talking about adversity, and I'm gonna figure out how to bring people up, and all negativity will be blocked, and I welcome everybody, but I would not take disrespect from nobody. So if your heart is not pure, because I don't try to make sense of negativity, and I don't function well, with negativity, because my house, my aura is not about that. Um, uh, I'm not about that. Your thoughts are just that, your thoughts. See, my thing is, I read Jeremiah 29. And so God said, I know the plans and the thoughts that I have for you. And see, I am the apple of God's eye. And so that makes it don't make a difference about what people say or what people think. So I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to be a big girl. I'm gonna have to put on, them big girl, put on my big girl panties, and be all right with everybody, having their opinion. But no, the disrespect will not be tolerated. You will not be even acknowledged. I will see it and just block. My block game is quick, block, delete, ban, block, delete, ban, block, delete, bland, block, delete, bland, ban. So have a good night, everybody. Lord's willing, and if the creek don't rise, because it's raining, 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 raining. Have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good night. And to the 18 that's in the bushes, you too. You too. Don't let this be no sleepless night, because Miss Rita gonna be praying. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna say a prayer for everybody. May the peace of God and the understanding of God be with us all. Be with us all. Good night. Toodaloo. And when I holler, y'all holler back. Holla.